Yo, what up, though? The NFC North Week 10 recap, man. The Chicago Bears beat the Carolina Panthers on Thursday night. It was a shitty game. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But Tyson Badgett is now 2 0 as the Bears quarterbacks. The Bears now are what? 3 and something, I believe. But do Chicago got a quarterback controversy going on? Do you put Justin Fields back in the game, even though Tyson got the hot hand, if you want to call it that? I don't know. But Chicago got a lot going on. They ain't going nowhere this year, so I don't know. Do you play Justin Fields or do you keep that same quarterback in there? And speaking of quarterbacks, the Green Bay Packers, man, they got a quarterback problem, man. They played Pittsburgh Steelers and lost 23-19, man. They was on the road. Jordan Love threw the ball for 289 yards. He also had 2 touchdowns in the air for real. But he had 2 interceptions. The Green Bay Packers, man, need a quarterback. Just Jordan Love is not the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, man. The Green Bay Packers run game did okay against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. But at the end of the day, we all knew the quarterback was going to get the job done against that defense. Jordan Love is not a good quarterback in the NFL, man. And this Jordan Love, what, 3rd or 4th year in the NFL? So Green Bay, I think, got to go back to the drawing board. I would love for them to keep Jordan Love for another 3-4 years. I'm rooting for Jordan Love to play decent and the Green Bay Packers pass up on the quarterback. Because Jordan Love, man, is not it for real. I'm going to be real with y'all, man. And the Detroit Lions, man, are 7-2. They beat the Chargers, man, in a shootout. The final score was 41-38. Ain't nobody played defense in that game, man. I'm not going to hold y'all up. Justin Herbert did throw a costly interception in the beginning of the football game, but after that, he was 27 for 40, 323, 4 touchdowns, and he also ran for 15 yards on the ground. But the Chargers ain't got no defense. The Chargers, I knew, was going to find a way to lose this football game, and they did. But Detroit Lions did good, man. They was on the road against the Chargers team, and they beat them, even though their defense ain't show up at all. Because Justin Herbert dropped back 40 times and ain't get sacked not one time. I've been telling y'all, the Detroit Lions have a problem at getting to the quarterbacks, man. And the shit is showing. Their defense is horrible. But their offense was on 10 today. It probably helped. They played one of the worst defense in the NFL. But they are 6-2. You know, Jared Goff had a big day today. He threw for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. They ain't had no turnovers. But the Lions ran the ball for 200 yards on the ground against the Chargers, man. And Brown went crazy, too. The wide receiver, he had 156 receiving yards, 8 receptions, and a touchdown. Man, if you watched that football game, it was no defense being played in that game. And everybody knew who got the ball last was going to win the football game. That's exactly why Dan Campbell went for it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. Well, he could have kicked the field goal, but what'd he do? He went for it and bled that clock out and kicked the game-winning field goal. Because if the Chargers would have got the ball back with a minute or something left, they probably would have won that football game. Because, well, nobody playing defense in that game. The Detroit Lions, man, got to find a way to fix their defense if they want to make some noise and keep a hold to the NFC North. Because the Minnesota Vikings ain't nothing but 2 games behind them. And speaking of the Minnesota Vikings beat the New Orleans Saints today, man. The Vikings won 5 games in a row. The longest winning streak in the NFL right now. They did good today with the new quarterback they got, Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs did pretty good today against a number 5 defense in the New Orleans Saints. I don't care what nobody say. The boy ain't had no turnovers. He threw for 268 passing yards. He had 1 touchdown, and he also had a rushing touchdown, and he ran for 44 rushing yards, man. Josh Dobbs is bringing another element to the Minnesota Vikings offense that people will have to game plan for. And the Minnesota Vikings won 5 games in a row, and they did all of this without their number 1 wide receiver, man. Let that sink in. I kind of think, honestly, I ain't trying to be biased or nothing like that, but the Minnesota Vikings is a scary and a dangerous team for real. They defense been playing good all year, and the offense is catching up to the defense. Man, the Minnesota Vikings will be a wild card team in the NFC playoffs and a dangerous team at that. So that's just my Week 10 recap of the NFC North, man. The Bears is dead. Green Bay is dead along with the Bears, man. It's just the Vikings and the Lions trying to battle it out for the NFC North, man. And the Minnesota Vikings is only 2 games behind the Detroit Lions for that division. So we going to see what's going on. But it's still a lot of football to be left, to be played. But, hey, the NFC North, man, it's heating up. The Minnesota Vikings might be on the come up. It feels like it. And if the Lions slip up, hey, the Lions still got to play the Vikings 2 times this year. And the Lions also got to travel to Dallas. So that's a big game for the Lions coming up in late December, though. But, man, I don't know, man. The NFC North, man, who gonna do it? We know it ain't going to be Green Bay or Chicago. I'm going to tell you that right now. Both of them teams looking for a quarterback. Man, that's just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. Who do y'all feel will win the NFC North, man, and why?